Hey guys, I'm still struggling to give those messages in the browser source and animation, the chat messages, but I'm struggling with those CSS commands. I don't know. Doesn't work. So let's see. Come on, let's go. Why is the game not booting? Jesus, I don't know what's wrong with my game today. Hey Nox, what's up? Come to say hi and wish you a good stream. Can't stay, unfortunately. Don't worry. I hope you have a good day. Too. Cool thumbnail? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's fitting. It fits. But the caption is not really centered, I think, but yeah, whatever. I might correct that. So we are in the Limgrave tunnels. You'll figure it out. If you're still streaming in 4 hours, I might join, but if not, I'm looking forward to watch the VOD anyways. Have a good one. You too, Nox. You too. Whoops. The Claymore is definitely dealing a good amount of damage. Oh, we got some rats over here. Now he's coming. No, man. Large glintstone scrap. Poor quality and thereby easily broken. A sorcerer wouldn't give it a second look. Okay, sorcerers are interested in stable glintstones. I'm not sure what that information is supposed to tell us, but yeah. Another three glintstone scrap. Smithing stones. Oh damn. Godwyn Run 1. Alright. It's not much, but hey. At least. Fucked up. I just realized that the wound on their head resemble a lot the wound of Redigan. I don't know if that's intentional. Damn. Oops. The Claymore does a lot of poise damage. It's kind of insane. In ancient times, the giants were mortal enemies of the Earth Tree. It's still confusing regarding the timeline. What are the ancient times? I wouldn't consider the beginning of the age of the Earth Tree the ancient times. Is this cop's deliberately or intentionally pointing towards the spot over there? So I recently read about two types of boars. We got boars with large tusks, and we got those with small ones. And small ones aren't aggressive, but those with big ones are aggressive. They even drop beast blood. Sometimes, at least. Somehow... So we got two dead demi-humans over here. And this is one of those assets that are pretty rare and always with a campfire and an item. And I think it's supposed to link this to... I think those are supposed to be a hint or reference to Radagon actually, but it seems like this event over here seems to represent something. I don't know what it's supposed to reference. It seems to reference a war. Maybe the demi-humans are representing the Tarnished. But I don't know what the Godric soldiers are supposed to be. What's this? Am I tripping, or is the lightning different when I'm standing over there? Okay, I'm just tripping. Doesn't seem to be anything else nearby. Here. Hmm. So, okay, I got this area. Um, where next? Where next? Nope. So, interesting information is Nerios or Nerios, whatever. Nerios is actually the name actually means river. I don't know. I think it's oh shit. The attacks are incredibly fast. Wow. Another try.
Fought Nereus and lived. You must have seen your share of battle. I am Yura, as you might recall. Hunter of bloody fingers, tarnished, held in thrall by cessblood. Zealots, who stalk their own. You stayed a path. You are certain to face more of them. Just remember, no kinship with their ilk remains. Their madness precludes it. Don't let your emotions stay your blade.
So I think he's supposed to be a Radagon parallel. The whole color coding with red and purple here fits again. And I think this river is incredibly important because of those corpses. Those corpses seem to melt in a way, and I'm really thinking that it is supposed to hint at corpse wax, because as far as I know, corpses are starting to melt in dark and moist areas, or wet areas. So it seems to fit. And I even think there's a little bit of a timeline here where we have undead soldiers, and we had like 2 poison bloom flowers over here. I think it's supposed to symbolize the rise of the tarnished in the Highlands. Then we have Radagon parallel here, and the river highlighted by Nereus, whose name is means literally river, and it ends up in a lake with dragon burned ruins, and I think it's supposed to be a reference to Castle Morn. The Twin Blade and Twin Blade Talisman is also connecting those two, and there is a metaphor there using in regard to bridges as well, where I think it's even patches right here, right next to the river, that is using a metaphor regarding bridges and rivers. I can't remember the idiom in English. I think it's water under the bridge. And I think they're designing the map. Even the map is designed in a literary way, where waterfalls and even bridges might have symbolic meaning. And Patches is just another Radagon parallel. Because the High-Mans are related to poison. They're throwing poison pots, if I remember correctly. Come on, yeah. Or are those fetid pots? It could even be that those are fetid pots. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's kill some of them. I just want to know if those are fetid pots or poison pots, but because I think is he not throwing any pots? Are there different ones? Come on, throw some pots at me. Is he not? Ah, whatever. And we have mushrooms. So I'm just convinced that those are on the highway. Man are paralleling the Tarnished. While Radagon as Patches in the parallel is using them to gather some stuff that he needs. I think that's what he's saying. And in the same way, Radagon used the Tarnished to gather grace.
Well. Thought you'd just help yourself to a man's personal belongings, huh? You scheming little thief. The gods demand repentance. Cough up your coin. All of it. come round, have you? Well, I knew you would. You're a man of reason. True and true.
So we got not only got did we got the gesture. We also got 2 runes, 2 golden runes, 2 times. It might not mean much to you guys, but I think the number 2 is in general often related to conspiracy.
Well, what do you know?
Or some kind of
Tarnished,
betrayal.
like me. Now, how did I get that wrong? I took you for a demi-human or some such.
And he is...
Well, an innocent mistake, I assure you. Well, water under the bridge. Now we're squared up. How about we play nice from now on?
So he compared us to demi-humans. That's I think it's supposed to be a hint that the demi-humans are symbolizing the tarnished when it comes to microcosms. And he was using the idiom "water under the bridge." It's pretty important because I think those bridges in Limgrave are all related to the event in Weeping Peninsula when Radagon slaughtered all the tarnished, and yeah, the 3 bridges that we have in Limgrave are all related to this event where Radagon finally got his revenge against Godfrey and the tarnished. And in these circumstances, water under the bridge is pretty fitting.
A true man of reason. Just what I like about you. I'm Patches. Patches the untethered. Tarnished like you, only free-spirited. Nomadic, you might say. Only for now, those retired soldiers turned bandits. They're paying for my gruel. In exchange for my, well, showing them the ropes. But honestly, this looting racket is bloody terrifying. Frankly, I'm ready to wash my hands clean. Maybe set up a legitimate shop. So don't be a stranger. I'll be ready to wheel and deal come next time.
He's using so many idioms. Showing them the ropes, for example, I think it's supposed to be a reference to binding them. I have to look up everything that he's saying again.
Don't forget to pop back for another visit, friend. I'll be ready to wheel and deal come next time.
I think the wheel is supposed to be a reference to the Elden Ring, probably.
Don't forget to pop back for. I'll be ready to.
There's definitely a lot that we can analyze there. So in regard to water under the bridge, the whole area over here is Godfrey and Tarnished coded. We got the strength knot crystal tier over here. Bernal as someone who is doubting the guidance of grace. He's also a Godfrey parallel. We got the Beast Crest Heater Shield with the lance above it and the lance talisman, which are both referencing or mentioning a threat from above. So it seems to be an allusion to a threat from above towards Godfrey. We also have pretty rare location with tarnished golden sunflowers over here. Which might also be somewhat related to the whole area. Alexander over here as well has a Godfrey parallel. And on the bridge here, when we think of water under the bridge, we get a broken gladiator, like one of those mad pumpkin. And when you think of the Red Wolves of Radagon. All of these are probably a reference to Radagon in the area, in a symbolic way. When you think of demi-human queens, with all have varieties of the name Marika, it's probably a reference to Marika. And those Mad Pumpkin gladiators, or which are somewhat broken, mentally broken gladiators, seem to be references to Godfrey. So here at this spot, and with the idiom "water under the bridge" in mind, it's about the circumstances that Godfrey had to endure on Weeping Peninsula. I think similar things are going on here, where we have Yura with the red and purple coated flowers. A poison bloom flower over there, an undead, probably symbolizing the tarnished. Nereus, whose name is mentioning the river at its hole. And yeah, then we got again water under the bridge. And a dragon burned rune. Probably this as a whole is to some kind of symbolic design, all in all. And of course, the third bridge in Limgrave with water under it is the Bridge of Sacrifice, where we also have purple and red flowers. And yeah, it's probably also referencing the whole massacre on Weeping Peninsula, where the Tarnished got sacrificed. And Patches and its cave. Probably also a microcosm where he is a Radagon parallel and he is strange people gathering stuff for him. This dude is throwing pots. And these definitely look like fetid pots, which are pretty rare. And they're probably the only ones throwing them. Oh yeah, these are fetid pots. Definitely, because they were poisoning themselves. If you use fetid pots, you're going to poison yourself, if I remember correctly. Interesting, interesting.
Well, nice of you to drop in finally. It's all a bit ad hoc, but I'm sure you'll find something. And welcome to Patch's Emporium, where you won't need a refund, because everything's top-notch.
Of the bandits.
Yeah, I had those bandits make a clean break. Now they're all suppliers, and good ones at that. I mean, they don't understand a word I'm saying, but it hardly matters. We have a natural connection. They're all foot soldiers, survivors of a defeated army. worked to the bone by their high and mighty lord, only to be thrown out with the rubbish. It's the same old story everywhere I go. To hell with it all.
I think those lines really have a lot in them.
Wondering what's inside the treasure chest. Well, it's nothing too special. Just something I'm saving as thanks for a very valuable customer. But then again, it would fetch some spectacular coin. And besides, this valuable customer could be a long time coming. Huh? Everything is give and take. Give and take. Cheers for that. Forgot something on your shopping list? No trouble to... Cheers for that. Forgot something on your shopping list?
Where catacombs? Put on some light. Yo, what's up, Nanazun? I hope you're doing fine. Have a great day. I was just recommending my friend to watch you after his first playthrough and after watching the Vati video, then I saw you streaming. Wow, yeah, really appreciate that you're recommending my channel, but I think I'm really deep diving into some game content, you know. I don't even know if it's too much for someone who just went through his first playthrough. I would have never imagined diving so deep into everything that is in this game. But I'm really glad that you enjoy the theory. So I guess he would learn the confirmed there. Yeah, I mean it's a good start anyway. I think with Vati video, but I haven't watched much of Vati video, to be honest. Maybe 1 or 2 early videos. Some others were saying that the new content of Vati video is a bit more controversial. Oh, there. I wasn't paying attention there. I don't know if it's true, but is Vati video, for example, convinced that Melina is the Glowmite Queen? Yeah, the storytelling, the writing, and the editing and production in general is insane. I mean, his channel is really big, and he probably has a lot of people working with him. The Prepare to Cry series is insane as well. And they're pretty good to get an overview of what's going on in general in regard to the minor characters and their quests, for example. I have a theory about the Glowmite Queen in mind, yes. I'm pretty convinced of what I have in mind. Oh jeez. I'm not getting out of here. Oh fuck. So, if you have followed my theory, wait a second, I'm not... So if you followed my theory, the one I call the real America, or the woman in the black hood, I think that character, or that America, is also the Glowmite Queen. I just haven't oh, for fuck's sake! I just haven't mentioned it because it would leave the people with so many more questions. I'm saving this for another series. like Godwyn, so I was pleasantly surprised to get so much info about him. Yeah, as long as you consider as long as you're convinced of my theory. Some people would say that, I mean, it's very speculative what I'm doing, but I think almost everything in regarding the law is very speculative, so a lot of people would say that's bullshit what I'm doing, but I would say the same towards their theories. Well, convinced is a strong word for now. Maybe say leaning into, yeah. I can totally understand that. And I also think it's a little bit different when it's I mean, it's something that I came up with, so that's I think almost everyone that plays this game probably has a slightly different perspective on the lore, because there's just so much open to interpretation. Yeah, but once again, I'm glad that you enjoyed the theory. It's a good game, but I just wish they stated some concrete info. Yeah. Oops. I mean, I wished for the same, that they would be a little more direct and give a little bit more information, but then I started to see everything as a puzzle, and I think I can recognize most of the main plot, so it's I'm less frustrated than the first few years, I think. The first few years I've played Elden Ring were pretty frustrating, because you can definitely feel that there is something going on in the background, and that there it just seems and feels like there is a story, but it's so hard to figure it out, or to yeah, get to the point where things are getting recognizable. There's this theory that the Tarnished you play as is actually a demigod. At the start of the game, you're actually rising from the game with Mausoleum. You think it conflicts with your view. So the theory that we are one of those in the Mausoleum is just based on the background noises in the intro cinematic. And yeah, although these noises seem to come from a mausoleum, we have no mausoleum near us. I think they are supposed to sound similar, but I don't think they are actually sounds of a mausoleum. I think they are actually different sounds. I think we are supposed to make the connections to the mausoleums, but I mean, think of it. There is no mausoleum nearby, right? There is no stomping, walking mausoleum. But instead, it's a bit different. If you compare them, the walking mausoleums have some distance to the ground, and as it seems in the Eclipse Great Shield, it's because they are probably keeping distance to the ground to somehow save the Soulless Demigod from destined death. And compared to the Chapel of Anticipation, we got some distance to the mainland as well. Then you have headless Mausoleum Soldiers, and you have headless Troll Knights in front of the portal to the Chapel of Anticipation. And we even have a bell in Stormvale. It's a Stormvale not direct nearby to the Chapel of Anticipation, but we have a bell as well. So there are definitely some similarities that I've pointed out in my theory. And when it comes to those noises, I think they are also meant to be similar, but have a different source. Bye-bye, Nanazun. Thanks for coming by. Homing instinct. So while the walking mausoleums are associated with some stomping noises and bell sounds, I think in regard to our resurrection, those stomping noises, I mean those bell noises are similar. We also have a bell in Stormvale, but the stomping noises are coming from a different source. I think they are not coming from those walking mausoleums, but in our case, I'm convinced that those are stomping noises from Godfrey. He's the one that is primarily associated with stomping. And maybe I get to the point in the series where I'm discussing that in a little bit more detail. Why are these excrements connecting the artist's shack to this little sea over here, to this little pond? Turtle. Anything else here? Oh. Tarnished sunflower. Wow. Three of them. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, ay. So we got 3 tarnished sunflowers again. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be connected to the turtle and the beers and the excrement, maybe. Hmm. Okay.
Hello again. Welcome to Patch's Emporium. By the way, friend, you've really been there for me through thick and thin. And so, I've made up my mind. I bequeath that chest to you. An extra special thanks for an extra special customer. What's wrong? I've made up my mind. The treasure chest is yours, in word and deed. Sure, it may be worth its weight in gold, but a Patch's promise, well, that's priceless. What's wrong? The treasure chest is yours.
Treasure chest is ours. Let's go. What would happen when I dodged the cloud trip?
My sincerest gratitude. I thought I'd never wrench that thing open. You're the finest customer a man ever had.
So first of all, let's get the map. I'm interested in this item over there. Here's the fetid pot. These are actually the pots that the highwaymen are using. I don't think I'm... I don't think I'll be able to walk through that pond with those beers there. Let's talk to Melina.
Spoken echoes linger here. Words of Queen Marika, who vanished long ago. If you wish, I will share them with you. Very well. In Marika's own words, my lord, and thy warriors, I divest each of thee of thy grace. With thine eyes dimmed, ye will be driven from the lands between. Ye will wage war in a land afar, where ye will live and die. Well, perhaps that might serve you in lieu of a maiden's guidance. Shall I turn your... Let my hand rest. Share them with me.
Patches don't want us inside any kind of manner, but not only he ends up giving us a hint about a shortcut leading there, later throws us off a cliff on the path to the back of the man's helping us. Yeah, but I don't think that Patches I think he's gonna kill us by throwing us off the cliff. I think that's his intent. You still haven't played Dark Souls 3, have you? Hey RJ. I've played Dark Souls 3. It's just some couple of years ago. And I have to admit I haven't played the DLCs of Dark Souls 3, so
To the true order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor. Hello? Is anybody there?
I have to say
Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Height, servant to the true order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor.
I was thinking about tackling Dark Souls again at some point, but I would start with Dark Souls 1 again to dive into the lore.
Who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Height, true order and celebrated repudiator. Hello? Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great
Just go for it. I know a little bit of
celebrated repudiator of the false.
that's what's happening in the DLC, or what's about the Ringed City, and some interesting maiden and her egg or so. If you want to spawn me, just go for it. I don't mind.
Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Height, servant to the true order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree,
So what do we have here in front of this all? Magic grease.
hello? Is anybody there? Someone who might be
Why do we
interested
find
in
magic
rescuing
grease
the
here?
Great Kenneth Height, servant to the true order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor. Hello? Is anybody there? Someone who might be interested in rescuing the great Kenneth Height.
Yeah, Kenneth, wait a
servant
second.
To the true order and celebrated repudiator of the false. Oh, Erdtree, grant me succor. Ah, you've come to lend me your aid, have you? Well, that's very kind, but no. No, the help is very much appreciated, even from a tarnished. Despite appearances, nobility is no prerequisite to serving the true order. You might have heard of me, Kenneth Height. Next in line is the rightful ruler of Limgrave, young Tarnished. I would have a boon of you. I want you to take back my fort. It lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. A knight commander from Stormvale took it. A fool! And plumb mad to boot. Simply obsessed with blood. What are you waiting for? A kiss goodbye? My fort lies to the south, beyond the Mistwood. Take it back for me. Oh, I see. You wish to know the reward. Fret not. The great Kenneth Height is known for his considerable largesse. The celebrations will be lavish indeed upon the dawn of my fort's retrieval. Yes. Now, allow me to furnish you with a little advice. I would take great care to avoid Godric's tarnished hunts were I in your shoes. That depraved lot are obsessed with sacrificing tarnished like you for the sake of grafting. Honestly, Godric's nothing more than a jumped-up country bumpkin. Lord? Oh, don't make me laugh. First, he hid himself amongst the womenfolk to flee the capital, then hid from Radahn in that castle. Then he insulted Melania,
lost to her in battle, only to lick her boots rather than die like a man. Has he no shame, the big girl's blouse? And to think, he's the blood of Godfrey, last of the golden lineage. Though you almost wouldn't know it to look at him. Yeah, I almost feel sorry for the chap the more I think of it.
Oh, that's an interesting dialogue. I wonder if he's actually talking about Radagon, like, I mean, in a parallel way.
What are you waiting for? My food.
Normally when you see patches, you just kind of go like, oh, it's that guy from Softbots in all the Soulsborne games. But in the Dark Souls 3 DLC, you discover that he's one of the only other characters to traverse however many thousands upon thousands of years have transpired between when the base game takes place and the DLC. But does it have lore relevance? Relevance? I mean, that's probably the important question. What do we have here? Oh, demi-human. Ambush. Well, this revelation kind of elevates patches into a sort of meta character. Yeah, that's true. And it makes me wonder if there's an argument to be made that this patches is the same patches. I wouldn't... I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as... I don't think we are supposed to connect those universes. Like, I mean, the Dark Souls and the Elden Ring universe. Okay, we have a lonely crucified martyr over here. Just a golden rune one. Is he looking at something interesting? Ow. I don't think so either, but the Nameless King and Duke's Deer Freya are both present in Night Rain. Ah. Yeah, but I still don't don't think that they have that we are supposed to draw connections to Dark Souls. They're just it's. So weird that they left this message. Here.
Welcome.
Sure, we can explain it all
Yes, right this way.
away as saying like that's just from soft throwing, you know, that's something cool for the fans. Yeah, I think it's probably it. I mean, we do not even understand the whole Elden Ring lore, and
Welcome.
I don't. It's just that I don't see.
Yes, right this way. Right this way.
It's just that I don't see what it would.
Welcome. Please. I'm hungry.
In which way it would help us to understand things. I think it would even be more confusing trying to connect the different games, you know? And for that, that's the whole reason why I think we shouldn't go this route and just leave it. Leave it be. It's my stance on this.
Ah, how nice.
If you are able to connect these games and through those bosses and
Ah, how nice of you, please.
and draw some interesting conclusions, then go for it. But I'll just it's just something that I can't do. It could be that they are placing the Dark Souls enemies and bosses in a way that they fit thematically, just to highlight a theme, or maybe even some parallels to the Dark Souls series. I don't know, but that's the only thing I can think of. Yeah, to keep things in mind is always a good idea. Just in case anything pops out at you. Yeah, that's what I'm doing all the time, and but just in only regarding Elden Ring. I mean, over the last 4 years, I always had I just don't want to I always considered multiple interpretations, so I always try to keep different interpretations in mind when I see that they are possible, and only when a bigger picture becomes recognizable, I start to commit to some. Have you considered participating in the Dark Souls 2 community event in a couple of weeks? I don't know. I didn't know that there is an event coming. And I haven't played Dark Souls 2 in a while. So Jesus. Let me get a tissue. What's happening in the event, in the Dark Souls 2 event? We should all go in and collectively flood the servers as Godwyns. It's really just an excuse to repopulate the servers so everybody can get the full Dark Souls 2 experience. Oh, well, that's a good idea. I mean, the idea is really nice. It's just... Does he have? Does he usually have a flag, or some sort of, at the spear? It's just weird that he's carrying a spear. Oh, wait a second. Just let's really reload. Oh, is it every year? No, it's just a spear. Interesting. Oh wait, he's actually. Now I'm interested in the pattern. Damn. Oh. Is there anything interesting on it? Doesn't seem like, but that's the case. I don't think there's anything recognizable on it. So we have a lot of blood roses here. We have a dead demi-human queen. We have a bloodlusty, bloodthirsty knight. On top of it, 3 blood roses. Yeah, okay, of course we got blood-related items. But it's really nice to know. I think it's just so nice to see that the community of even such an old game like Dark Souls 2 still has a community that is somewhat alive. Wait, what? Interesting. I didn't know that his sword even has a blood loss effect on it when he's thrusting. I think it's a testament to what a great game Dark Souls 2 truly is. Or I have to say, I mean, it's not a bad game. But and I haven't dived that deep into Dark Souls 2, but I don't know if I like it more than Dark Souls 1 or 3. Probably less, to be honest. Ash of War, Bloody Slash. And we got the Great Shield. What else do we have here? 5 Blood Roses. Yeah, my first run, this Ash of War was like, yeah, I mean it's damn strong. It made a lot of stuff easier. I've never really understood what's going on in the Dark Souls 2 community. It seems like the Dark Souls 2 community is a special thing. But as I said, I never was that deep into the community or the lore or the game itself. I'm wondering if... Well, I'm pretty sure that the whole castle is probably paralleling some event. But I don't know which. it looks like that the bloodthirsty knight here is probably paralleling Radagon, I think. Taking over Lane Dell, maybe. The only thing that doesn't really fit is the pumpkin head here. Isn't Godfrey bloodthirsty? You're probably thinking of Hoaraloo. I would say Godfrey loves a good fight, but he's not getting in a state where he's losing the control over himself, I think. You know? Yeah, a lot of stuff regarding Godfrey is about not falling for the not succumbing to the arousal of battle. I see the blood roses as some symbolic for seduction and blood related as well. If we consider Vade, Vade is the one who has the most associations with blood roses, I think, because of his weapon. And his weapon that is depicting a bouquet of roses speaks of that those are somewhat symbolizing his character, that he's seducing people or that he is representing himself or presenting himself in a charming way, but yeah, bloody consequences are what follows most of the time.
I've been waiting for you with bated breath. Did you manage to recapture my fort? Oh, excellent news. Just wonderful. And the knight's dead to boot. Well done, my friend. Well done indeed. I knew I was right to trust you. Now, here's your reward, as promised. Go ahead. It's all yours. Right then. Time for me to head to the fort. I've much to do. First, I'll have to re-establish communication with the demi-humans. What's that look? You don't believe me? Well, under the Erd Tree, commingling with the demi-humans is made possible. Even the vulgar shall not be left behind under the rule of true order. Which is why I, Kenneth Haight, next in line as the rightful ruler of Limgrave, have sworn to uphold it. Just you watch, my friend. Just you watch. Ah, yes. I've been meaning to ask. Would you like to enter my service? I see bright things in your future, stout warrior. Enter into my service and learn the workings of the Erd Tree's true order. And who knows? Perhaps sometime down the line, the grace of gold will return to those tarnished eyes of yours. What say you? A fine accord, is it not?
What's happening if I say do not pledge service?
Excuse me? Well, such foolishness have I never seen. Well, not that I can't sympathize with your choice. Such a miraculous manifestation of felicity is like to startle one such as yourself. Should you change your mind, do visit me at my fort. What is it? Have you put your misgivings to rest? Very well indeed. I knew I saw something in you. I shall await you at my fort. We shall hold a ceremony for your knighting there, I think. I see great things ahead of us. We are truly by the Erd Tree blessed. Right then, time for me to head to the... I've much to do. First... Right then, I've much to...
That guy's related to Golden Lineage? Probably. It's definitely interesting how he says that he's the rightful ruler. It's just weird that they are still aggressive, although they are allied with Kenneth Haight.
Is it? I suppose you must have seen it by now, yes. The sorry state of my fort. Oh, indeed, it is a foul fate for a land to be without a ruler. one must be found with haste, and not that awful Godric, but a true and stalwart lord of the proper lineage to take the reins of Limgrave. I am sorry to have lifted your hopes, but I haven't the authority to raise you to knighthood as things stand. The great Kenneth Height issues his sincerest apology. But now, I must begin my search post-haste for a true and stalwart lord of the proper lineage to take the reins of Limgrave.
I think this is the wrong way. He finally makes us a knight. God damn it, foiled again.
I must begin my search for a true and...
You know... Damn. I don't think it's supposed to happen in the quest line because it's more meant symbolic again.
I must begin my for a true and stalwart lord of the proper lineage.
That's what I think, because one of the last dialogue lines that you get are something that he will. He's just saying he will return to his fort and will fulfill his promise to raise us into knighthood. But that never happens actually in the quest line. I think it's just meant more symbolic, because if you consider him as a parallel to Marika, for example, that's what I think is in the case, then it is about Marika's soul returning to the Earth Tree and bringing us back to life in the parallel. So Kenneth Hyde returning to his fort, promising to returning to his fort and raising us into knighthood is symbolic for Marika's soul returning to the Earth Tree and finally bringing us back to life again. You think Fort Hyde parallels the Earth Tree? Yeah, Lanedale probably. Especially if you think of Radagon as the bloodthirsty knight. Okay, let's I don't know. Should I challenge this one? Let's go. Oh, I'm doing way less damage than I thought. Oh, fuck my life. Yeah, that's not, I don't think we're doing a good job here. Yeah, it's just... I'm out. I'm out. No! Is he turning back? Yeah, I got... Oh, thank God. Which would mean that Marika looks at humans as if they are hyper-aggressive, shitty little ape-like creatures. You mean the demi-humans? I don't think that Kenneth Hyde is looking down on demi-humans. Isn't it the opposite? Fusro die your ass, yes.
Wait, weren't you... Well, you're back. Care to buy something?
About the howling in the
The
mistwood.
howl of a wolf. In the mistwood. I suppose he must still be skulking about. I know. Why not meet him for yourself? Next time you hear the wolf's howl, make this signal right under the source. Don't fret. There is nothing to fear. I just have an inkling the two of you might hit it off. Goodbye.
Kenneth sees them as they are and believes they can be something better. So what I have seen, I think he's just he considers them as beings that that deserve to live like anyone else under his order. So he's not excluding them of anything. Oh, there he is. No, that's not the one. Big doggo.
Who goes there? Carly sent you, did he? Ever the bloody busybody. Maybe to him you don't seem so strange. The name's Blythe. I'm looking for a man who goes by Darrowell. He fled somewhere nearby. Or so I've heard. Come tell me if you find him before I do. I can offer you ample reward.
Wish there were more gesture interactions though in the game. I like it. Yeah, me too. Sure, the guy definitely seems to like them, or at least value their lives as much as anybody else's. I'm not saying he doesn't. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Darrowell is nothing but a traitor, and in need of a fitting end to his tale. Darrowell is and in need of...
So it's interesting. He calls Carly a bloody busy man, and I think it's supposed to fit even the color red that he's wearing.
Darrowell and in need of a...
By the way, I think that Blythe is actually Godwyn parallel. He's paralleling our story, and him getting called by us is actually paralleling the event where we are awakened, and he's looking for a traitor, Darrowell, who is imprisoned somewhere, and the same way we are awakened and yeah, making our way to Radagon, who's imprisoned in the Earth Tree. And is also somewhat a traitor. here we got the X talisman. Yeah. Mm. Nope. Oh, jeez. These beers are really frightening. What's the Godwyn Run? It's just a roleplay run. It's just a playthrough with a Godwyn build in mind, fitting to some theory of mine.
Darrowell. Rotting in a cell is no true justice. No. This is where it ends for you.
Oh, holy shit. Lights. Oh, almost down. Go, Blythe. Bloodhound's Fang.
Right. There you are. Had to work for it, but it's done. Don't say I'm not a man of my word. Here's your prize. Oh yes, I should say, if you venture north to Raya Lucaria and come across a venerable blacksmith who's a little on the large side, tell him I sent you, and he'll be sure to treat you right. I owe you one, I reckon. That's enough chit-chat for now. It's time we parted ways. That's enough chit-chat for now. It's time we parted ways.
Chit-chat. Curved greatsword with a gently undulating blade wielded by Bloodhound Knight. A fearsome blade capable of brutal airborne attacks. Bloodhound gang? You sure? I don't know. I consider Darrell for some reasons as a Radagon reference or parallel. Fitting to Ardovis and Siluria, all of these three are a reference to specific prehistoric eras. And yeah, the Crucible Tree Knights and Siluria in particular seems to be Marika reference because they are associated with a tree. Then you have Ardovis and the X Crucible Knights, which are associated with Godfrey because of the X. Because of the X symbolism. And then you got Darrell, a Bloodhound Knight. And it's not only the Fang, it's even, or the brutal airborne attacks, which seems to fit with the story that I've laid out so far. And it's also the undulating blade. Usually undulating blades, or this undulating form is, I think it's always supposed to allude to fire. It's not that obvious in this case, but in a lot of other cases, it becomes recognizable that the undulating form is alluding to fire. Yeah, I like the flamberge, or flamber. I don't know how it's pronounced. Flamberge. Yeah, in the DLC they pointed that out even more. There it is directly stated that the undulating form is supposed to evoke the association with fire. It's what they are doing in the DLC a lot. I think that they are they're emphasizing some allusions from the base game in a more direct way. Because I live right next to them. If it's French, then it's probably flamberge or flamberge. Flamberge probably. Flamberge. I will look that up, how it's pronounced. Ailing Village. Never really understood the actual meaning of this village is. Or it's, I mean, it sounds like conspiracy theory, but do you think the corpse over there with the flame crest shield was pointing towards this item here? It was pointing directly in this direction. I don't know if it's just coincidence. No. Might be coincidence, I don't know. It's just sometimes it's just interesting. So what else do we have here? Oh shit, oh shit, I'm not getting... Is there a way down? Okay, got it. So many of them. Oh Jesus, 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 Jesus. Oh, come on. Fuck. I have to switch the Ash of War for this. Oh, wait a second. Where did I go? Oh no, I haven't seen the beetle, the scarab. Another one. I should take the grace over there. Okay, got it. Never mind. Okay. This was an incantation. Interesting is there's no way down. Is there anything interesting over here? It's such a big area without anything. Okay. Just big area without anything. Guys, I'm making a short break. Going to get me something, some dinner. Something to drink. So, bye-bye. We'll continue later in an hour or so. Or maybe an hour and a half.